Well, I particularly love the whole Execute Order 66. I don't think... Okay, when we see the scene montage of the clone troopers killing Jedis, it's a little dumb. But when we see them coming to the temple, it's like dark as shit, and I'm just like, oh my god. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Anakin kills younglings, and it gets stupid again.
Yeah.
There's too many of them! What are we going to do? I looked it up, and supposedly Hayden Christensen said he, like, would do takes that he thought were really good, and George Lucas is like, no, more. And that's why a lot of Anakin, like, yelling and being weird. More emotion.
Oh.
Anytime that Anakin's supposedly acting hammy, this is, of course, according to Hayden Christensen, who's going to try to save us. But at the same time, it's George Lucas.
I would believe Hayden Christensen over George Lucas, to be honest.
I've seen Hayden Christensen do some decent acting. He wasn't bad in Jumper. Not that Jumper was a great film or anything.
I enjoyed Jumper.
I enjoy it too. It's not amazing, but it's like a cool action film.
Yeah. Shit. Oh, fuck. Thought the other one was going to go down.
Samuel L. Jackson's terrible in the prequel series. I'm not going to blame Samuel L. Jackson for that.
Right. You know something was up on the director's part.
Yeah. But Hayden Christensen said, like there's one line in particular where he said we had to do it so many times, where he says, it's not fair, Obi-Wan must be jealous of me, or something like that. And in the movie, he's like, Obi-Wan must be jealous of me! And it's, like, so bad.
Yeah.
And then, like, Hayden Christensen was like, yeah, George Lucas would not let me stop until I did it, like, that hammy. And it's like, oh, God.
George Lucas had to feel it. He wasn't feeling it.
Well, I'm gonna trust anyone over the man who said Jar Jar is the key to all this. He fucking said that to Spielberg.
Jar Jar is the key to all of this?
He thought it would, like, bring in the kids. Like, kids would love the movies because of Jar Jar.
Jar Jar's the key.
Could you imagine that?
Jar Jar's
Could you imagine? Spielberg went out and said this.
What was Spielberg's reaction to that? Do you know?
No.
Oh my god.
I just know Spielberg is telling the world that George Lucas said those words.
Jar Jar's the key to all of this.
Oh my god.
That is one of my new favorite quotes.
George Lucas.
1990 something.
Yeah, whenever Phantom came out.
No, Phantom Menace is actually probably my favorite out of the prequel trilogy.
Get the fuck out of here. No, I'm joking. It's like my least favorite.
I say that because Attack of the Clones, I always want to say Clone Wars. Attack of the Clones is just fucking boring and forgettable.
Yeah.
And Revenge of the Sith, there's some parts that legitimately piss me off. Whereas Phantom Menace is just kind of stupid. And, you know, it's a little too long. Phantom Menace
has, like, parts in it that I'm like, why the fuck are we watching this? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Phantom Menace has a lot of what the fuck parts. And I can't ever say that
Clone Wars is probably the best made one. However...
You mean Attack of the Clones?
Yeah, I just did the exact same thing you said. Yeah, Clone Wars...
Attack of the Clones.
God! Attack of the Clones is probably the best made one, but that's why it's the most forgettable. Does that make sense? The story isn't... Like, the plot is not that dumb.
Explain what the plot is again.
It's basically explaining how the clone army came about. How the Republic got an army.
They were making them on Camino, and then Palpatine...
And it shows Obi-Wan being a detective and finding out, like, wait a second, a clone army.
That's right.
Because, like...
And Mace Windu sent him off to Camino, right?
Yeah. And, like, he learned that a Jedi master named Sifo Dyas did it.
This is all coming back to me as I'm saying this, so.
He's really... Well...
I'm not just recounting it for you guys.
Yeah. Sifo Dyas, he was a... Sifo Dyas asked Jango Fett to do these clones. But then then Obi-Wan's like, looks up Sifo Dyas, and Sifo Dyas has been dead too long for this story to match up.
Yeah.
I looked it up.
I do remember.
Sifo Dyas was originally a typo. It was supposed to be Sido Yaz, as in Sidious.
Oh my god.
And then when it came out as Sifo Dyas, George Lucas like immediately was like, "This is better." It's better if it's like a real person who died, and Sidious is using his name as an alias.
All right.
Instead of Sidious, which is really literally Sidious just making up a name. Like it was originally just Sidious like going, "I'll just say my name is Sido Yaz, and that'll work." But instead he was like,
wow, through George Lucas's fuck up, he found a way to.
Well, he's not the one who made the typo. He would like dictated the script.
Oh, okay.
So when he saw it later, he was like, "That's better."
Yeah.
And I like that. Like he like even admits he's like, "Oh, that's better than what I thought." It's like
I'm glad that
if
he
George
had the decency to admit that, because I wouldn't
picture him doing It's like the only time he did that, when he really should have done it a lot more. Oh my god,
my rangs.
My onion rings. No, but yeah, it was originally gonna be just Sidious pronounced weird. Sido Yaz. Oh, that's retarded. Also, Count Dooku is the stupidest name.
Yeah, Count Dooku's a really stupid.
Then you find out his.
I love this boss fight.
You find out his fucking like Sith name is Darth Tyrannus, and it's like, why didn't you just fucking use that?
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that.
You didn't? Well, they mention it in.
I don't remember that.
But they mention it like in passing.
Ah, gotcha.
They're like Count Dooku, or should I say Darth Tyrannus, and it's like that's it.
Those movies are really hard for me to pay attention to, like subtle dialogue and shit like that.
You know what I like about one scene in Revenge of the Sith, specifically the infamous "Do It" scene. I like how it's like Palpatine has been using like a fake voice this whole time, and he just gets so into it he like loses the fake voice for a second, because he's like, "Kill him, Anakin," and he's like, "What?" And he's like, "Do it," and it's like, it's so Sidious.
I think it's hilarious that is his real voice and the normal voice is his fake voice. Like, how the fuck was this?
Like
how is that?
Oh, Anakin. Like, that's fake. And
how is this holding back from this?
It's just... Can I say that, like, Sidious is probably one of the most deliciously hammy villains?
He's definitely...
He's so fucking over the top.
He's definitely one of the best parts of the prequel
Yeah,
trilogy.
Oh my god. Every time he's there and doing something sinister. I like how they're like...
Is it the same... It's the same actor from Return of the Jedi, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he's really good.
Oh, Ian McDiarmid? Mm-hmm. He's fantastic. I just think it's hilarious that they're like, oh shit, ooh, Palpatine looks gross in Return of the Jedi, but he doesn't look gross here. Okay, lightning. Lightning will make him gross.
Yeah?
Oh. Anyways. Yeah, like, remember when he's like fighting Mace Windu?
Yeah, I
and the lightning goes back in his face and he becomes old.
Is that in the third one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's right before he pretty much... That's after
that's when they throw him out the window, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when that's like right after the reveal that Palpatine is Darth Sidious.
Right. Ooh, okay, that was close.
I gotta find that abridged version.
Of what?
Of Star Wars, and we need to assign characters with a bunch of friends and just read it, because it's so funny. I read the whole thing, but I don't want to spoil it for you. We can record it if you want.
Yeah, sure. You think it'll be fun?
Yeah.
Oh God!
We just need to give credit to the person who wrote the script, and I'll find it again.
A lot of bottomless pits.
If you just look up Revenge of the Sith abridged script, I'm pretty sure you can find it. I don't want you to look at it yet, though.
Okay.
I'd rather you like have a fresh eye on it.
Oh, I don't remember if I told you this or not, but I saw this on Audible a couple weeks ago, and I saw the book today when we were at Barnes and Noble. There's the original Star Wars trilogy has been completely translated into Shakespearean English.
Oh, God.
And yeah, they're available as 3 separate books. So
I imagine it's better. You know what I mean?
yeah. Oh, I mean, I flipped through it. I mean, on Audible, I listened to the sample, and it was hilarious because Darth Vader was given a monologue.
Oh, is it the prequels or is it
No, it's the original trilogy.
That'd be interesting. I kind of want to look it up after this, after we're done with Sonic.
Yeah, everybody should go look it up. It's awesome.
I just want to snip it. Oh, did I tell you that this was more of a joke though. When we were on the set of Necromancer, for those who don't know, it's a movie I made in college. Once my director allows it, I'm gonna release it to the world. But so look out. No, but yeah, we were on the set of Necromancer. I was chatting with the actors, and I said, and they're like, one of them was like, I gotta stay in shape for Necromancer 2, jokingly. And I was like, oh, no, we're getting Necromancer the musical. And, like, we were making, like, jokes about that, and one of them started, we got the guy who plays Andrew to start reading his lines in Shakespearean.
Mm-hmm.
For, like, the Necromancer play that we said. They were like, yeah, we're gonna have Necromancer live on Broadway, like, and he was reading it in Shakespearean, and it was fucking hilarious.
That's awesome. Oh, shit.
He's like, I doth not, or, a psychopath I am not, and stuff like that, and it was just hilarious. Those were some fun actors to hang out with.
Yeah.
And Brock spent a lot of time talking to them, and you could, like, Brock's the director of Necromancer. I only wrote it and did
I really wish I could have helped out on that set.
I would have loved that. Well, you know, if we do anything more with Necromancer, I'm going to include you.
Of course.
We were thinking about doing a reshoot, of course, and I like your dialogue better than my own dialogue.
I'll make sure that the Frankenstein quote stays put this time.
But yeah,
Ooh, baby. We're on the second to last level here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is a short game. I always forget that.
Yeah, most of these 2D side scrollers are meant to be beaten in, you know, an hour or two. Especially the ones that don't even have, like, password saves. Just, you know, you die, you go back to the beginning. They're usually really short. They're just, you know, difficult to make up for that.
Yeah. And it makes sense because, you know, back then, limitations.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Sonic Mania a little bit?
Oh, yeah. Sonic Mania's,
you love it.
yeah, came out recently, at the time of this recording at least.
Sort of.
Fairly recently, a couple months ago. Yeah, it's a throwback to all these past 2D Sonic games, and in my opinion, it's like the true sequel to Sonic and Knuckles. Honestly, it's a lot of people's opinion. You all know how great it is by now.
Yeah.
We'll cover it on this channel eventually.
Yeah. We would have done it earlier, but then a lot of times when a new game comes out, there's going to be a ton of Let's Plays of it anyway. We kind of take the approach, let's have fun with this first. Let's not worry about recording stuff for it.
Yeah, I'd rather just play what, you know, I want to play. Whatever day we feel like recording.
I definitely feel like we need to record stuff for Battlefront 2, which just came out at the time of this recording.
Oh, fuck.
But the reasoning behind that is you and I have too much fun on those co-op missions.
Fun game.
Yeah, it gives you, if you're not playing online, you can do these little co-op missions.
Oh, shit.
That are just neat little, like they give you an objective or whatever. And they give you characters to play as. Like one person can play as a hero while someone's a trooper, or there's two heroes, or, you know. It's whatever. It's like these preset, like, they're kind of like multiplayer matches, but they're like preset to their own thing. And, well, Summer and I just play them, and we have a fucking blast doing it. So, particularly, we did one where you play as a bunch of villains and you have to kill
Oh God.
a certain number of hero of like, I think you kill the Resistance from like the Force Awakens, that trilogy era, and but you can play as any villain from any era. And what we did is we played as Darth Maul and Kylo Ren. Well, you started off as Darth Vader, but then you switched to Darth Maul when you realized that Darth Maul was faster. And you're given this time limit, and it's
Oh no.
it gets ridiculously short. But every time you kill somebody, it adds time to it. And I just remember you and oh my god, you're on the last life.
Yeah, it's all good. Whoa.
If you die, are you gonna do everything over again, or are you just
No. If I die, we're done.
gonna? You'll upload an episode later
Yeah,
of you beating it.
eventually.
Eventually. Yeah, we're taking a much more lax approach to some of these Let's Plays, and it's working out for us. Well, I mean, it's working out for me. Not that I did a lot of it anyways. You're the brains.
I get fatigue when I have to keep going back and...
The same game.
Yeah. Well, not... Even, like, if I was just, for leisure playing the same game over and over again, it wouldn't bother me. But having to talk over them, it honestly does feel like work. So
it's fun work, but but when you do it a lot, it's
So I would prefer to have more variance in the stuff that we are talking over. So
God damn,
well,
that shit's hard.
Yeah, I mean,
all right.
Oh well,
we'll finish it eventually. What is the
well.
second last level?
Yeah, every level has 3 acts. I was on Act 2 of the final world.
Okay, so we'll pick up there.
Yeah. We'll see you guys
Everyone
some
stay
other
beautiful.
time.
Sonic Team presents...
Sonic Team presents the game you just watched.